So this is my zucchini plant that the vine borers just killed. They just took over the plant. When I realized it, I was actually just on my lunch break, so I didn't really think to record it, to really go through the plant. I didn't really think to record it in this way. My daughter and I had took a short video of us just opening one of these stalks here to see if there was a vine borer in it, and there was. So I'll try to insert that video. But I really didn't think to do a long, detailed video about it at the time because I wasn't sure. But this is the end result. Initially, I had two zucchini plants. One plant died, and I was trying to figure out why. I pulled it out, and on my lunch break, I thought, okay, maybe it's vine borers. So I came back out. I came back out to the plant that had already died. I pulled it apart and saw some vine borers, but this particular plant was still alive at the time. It looked good. And then I thought to inspect it, and of course there was a huge vine borer right at the base of the plant, right where I can't even find it now, but right where all of these stalks kind of come together. It's in there somewhere, but you can see at the bottoms where they bore in. Sorry, you can see at the bottoms where they bore in. And they kind of just live in there and eat and destroy your plant from the inside. And you can see the little orange areas. That's, I believe, their poop. That's what I'm told is their poop. So that's one of the signs. You may see little spots in your plant like that. Looks like sawdust or just some odd orange stuff. You don't know where it came from. That's probably it. Okay, so I had reached out to some of my Facebook groups, some of my gardening groups on Facebook, asking for any suggestions on how to deal with vine borers. And most said, there isn't really a 100% successful way to deal with them, I guess, other than pesticides. But a lot of the advice that I got was just succession planting, which, that's what I'll do. And to cover the base of the plant early on to keep the moths from laying eggs. Oh, look, there's one right there. I guess I disturbed him. Well, I'll deal with him in a minute. But the vine borers come from moths that lay eggs on the base of the plants. Then when the eggs hatch, the larvae burrow out and burrow into your plant, and they eat your plant. That's what they live on, and the plant eventually dies. So a lot of the suggestions were to cover the base of the plant early on to keep the moths from even being able to lay the eggs there, and also to inspect the plant on a regular basis. When you see the eggs, I'll try to find a picture, but when you see the eggs, pick them off, get rid of them to keep them from even hatching. Also, not to plant squash in this particular soil again next year, so you rotate it out. So if there's any, like this one, just kind of going through the soil trying to find a place to live, you won't give them like an automatic meal the next year around. So unfortunately I did get some zucchini off this year, so that's great. But usually the beetles kind of destroy my plants before this, before we get to this point. So this is the first time I ever dealt with vine borers before, so I learned something new this year. Also, some people said diatomaceous earth on the base of the plant early on will keep the moths from laying their eggs there. So I'm going to try that too. But we eat a lot of zucchini, so I'll definitely be planting more zucchini. But we are going to figure out what works this year. Squash borers, vine borers killed our squash plants.
Open the other ones. Show them the other ones. Every time we open them, we see that those bugs coming out. So
Look at them.
open one.
Okay, I'll open it. You see it?
No, where? Did you find the other one?
Mm-mm. But there is another one in this plant. I don't know if I can get close enough for you to see it. It's in there. I can't really zoom in too good. Yes, baby. Well, alright, that is it for me. I'll see you all later.